You were 16.
Right.
How old was she?
She was the same age. Yeah, she was the same age.
Was that I guess your first major love situation?
Yeah, that's the that's the only. Like
So how long before the baby came and you got pregnant? How long were you guys a couple?
About 2 years probably. So it was for a while. It was like childhood, you know what I'm saying? It was real.
Now let me ask you this. If someone's going through the same situation, watching this interview now,
right.
Maybe they just found out they're about to have a baby and they're in their teenage years like you were. What would be some do's and don'ts? Let's take the musician part out of it. Just being a 16-year-old guy with a kid on the way. Since you've been through it, what are some do's and don'ts on how to handle a situation like that?
First, like no matter, because I know sometimes, babies come about without there being feelings involved. And that wasn't the case in my situation. There were feelings involved and all that. But sometimes, people get pregnant or guys get girls pregnant without just, by accident. I would say in that case to always to put all feelings, egos aside and just focus on the child, worry about the child. I would never want to advertise abortion or anything like that. I just do. I wouldn't want to advertise it, and I'm not going to say it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I can't really have an opinion on that. But I do think that if you bring a child into this world, you got to put the child first, because I'm a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? I went through points of time where I hated my father. Why I really hated my father, and I can speak on it now because, man, our relationship is crazy, amazing. It's never been like this before. And it's because, and it all came full circle because I learned a lot of things that he went through with my mom. But that just goes to show you, I hated my father because of the things, him and my mom went through. And I was always caught in between and having to pick, and then. So I just think it's bad for a child, man, because I went through the same thing with my biological father. So I would just say to just keep the child first and just make sure, even if you're not going to be together, you can't force somebody to be together, but at least try to give that, have respect for the parents, have respect for the other parent. If the other parent is trying, man, if you see the father, especially, I'm going to speak on father because I'm a father. I can't really speak for females. If you see a father, trying to see his child or whatever like that, have respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't doing it. Now, it's understandable if he's just not caring or not. It's understandable with it. It's a lot of fathers out here, man, that be really trying, and I've seen it. I think it's like a stereotype that father, the young black fathers don't be there, but I think that's just a stereotype because I've seen a lot of fathers that try to be there, but they end up looking like they not trying to be there because their mother don't want to just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So they all the way cut the person off or cut the father off and just say, no, you can't see the child, which is not fair. And man, trust me, these court systems is not on the father's side at all. So I would just say, man, for the mothers, be respectful. You know what I'm saying? And just, man, because that child gonna need his father. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say when I would speak on that, and just be, try to keep it together if you can.
Now, when I watch like MTV, Teenage Mom, is that what it's called or something like that?
Yeah, Teenage Mom.
A lot of times, often, I see after the pregnancy happens, a lot of times I always see the same thing. Man, I didn't know that this could happen, or, hindsight 2020, I should have been more protective of, condom usage and stuff like that. Just to bring it back in your reflection on when you had a child, was it something that was it an accident?
No. I was tripping. Yeah, I was just not protecting myself, and I was like in young love, and yeah, that's all. It wasn't. Use condoms though, just to, I was just,
So you kind of knew the consequences.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't. You want to know, like, what's funny? I didn't even think that it was gonna happen though. I was like, for some reason, I don't know, maybe that's just like immaturity right there. I didn't think I could just have a child like that. I was like, I'm not old enough yet. And then I was just, I was 16. I was really 15. 16 when baby got here. So I was young and, But at the end of the day, like I said, everything happens for a reason, man. I'm so glad she's here. That's the blessing of my life right there. You know what I'm saying? So